Well, hello everyone, welcome to another iRacing replay video with myself, Babylon Come. And this week we're at Oulton Park again. I just get this underway. Now, when I say again, it's actually the first time this season, but we have been here before, and if you've watched my videos, you'll notice we have been here before, at least once. So for those that are new, this is the SimLabs Pro Production Car Championship. As per usual, we're pretty much all in MX5, Mazda MX5s, but there are other cars, but this is primarily, generally at this time of night in the UK, it tends to be everyone in Mazdas. As I said, we're at Oulton Park. It is the international circuit without chicanes. And that's me there in the blue and white car. Number 26. I qualified P8, but as you notice, there's only 3 cars ahead of me, because a couple of them disconnected as soon as the race started. And that's it, we're underway, so rolling start, and we are off. Now, yeah, sorry dude, didn't mean to do that. I had a bad feeling about this race before we started, and as you'll see in a moment, I was right to feel like that. But I am up into P3, trying to give the guy space on the inside, and then idiot comes around the corner way too fast, slams straight into me. Luckily, only superficial damage, nothing too serious. But by the time I get the car righted up, get going, sliding on the grass, I rejoin the race in stone cold last. Wow, I say that, I can see 2 cars behind me. So I can't be last. Anyway, it's a 25-minute race, so it's probably more exciting if I've got to push through the field anyway, as you saw from last week's video. But it's becoming a bit of a theme, shall we say. So yeah, head down, here we go again. Now, I qualified a 144.1. In practice, I was averaging sort of 143.98, somewhere around there. Guy in pole was a 142. I think he was just over 1.5 seconds ahead of me. But the guys at the back of the field were averaging sort of 146s, 140, so I'm about 2 seconds a lap ahead of most of them. So in theory, we should see some action. Well, we will see some action, I can tell you that now.
That's 20 minutes to go.
So a couple of guys have gone into the pits. As per usual, you normally will see a few guys taking each other off. I mean, as much as we are sort of trying to be decent drivers in this game, or simulation, it is a simulation at the end of the day, and your peripheral vision is limited. I'm one of the lucky ones, I have a triple screen setup. You can play it with VR, but you've got to press a lot of buttons on the steering wheel, and it's really hard to do that in VR. But there is the vast majority, I think, play this game with a single monitor, so they don't get the side views and peripheral visions. So as I mentioned once, we're at Oulton Park. It's a circuit I've played, driven quite a lot in the last couple of months I've been playing iRacing, and to tell the truth, I've come to really like it. It is difficult to overtake, but you can do it. And as I said, this is the international circuit, so it's the full circuit, but without the chicane, so the slightly older one. "25-minute race, and we've just done 5 minutes, so we're on about lap 3, lap 4. I think it was about 14 laps in total. if you watched last week's race, you'll notice I had a bit of an incident at the start, and I lost control of the rear end and slid sideways into a guy with a yellow and black car. Angry D, thanks for the comments, mate. Yeah, it was a good race. I did apologize for the actions. It wasn't deliberate. I mean, it was completely accidental. But yeah, we had a good race. I really enjoyed that, going from last to 10th. It was quite an experience, especially since I qualified P2. But there you go. These things happen. So as you can see, quite a few cars are now off. I was down in 26. I think I'm now up to about 20th, maybe. Well, that's one way to air cool your engine. There was one guy I had a fairly good race with. I'm trying to spot him. He had a white rear car. That could be him just gone over the brow there. I think it is, actually. So the dark green car, the light green car, then the car with the white there with the stripe. We had a good race together. Sorry I can't remember your name. But it was really enjoyable. So I've caught the small pack up ahead. I'm a little concerned because when you're in a pack like that and you start to do the overtaking stuff, it's quite easy for some of them to take you off. So while I've caught them up, I'm going to sort of plan my moves, assuming I can do them, fairly carefully. I'm not going to take too many risks. So the dark green car has just gone slightly off the track, but he didn't lose too much momentum. But it has put me right on his tail. As I said, I'm getting used to this track now. I'm getting some good times. 1.5 seconds off pole, where 2 months ago I was 3 seconds off pole. So I've now sort of started to learn the track and learn where you can take risks, where you can push it, and also where you just need to be a bit more gentle. So the fast right-hander there, you can pretty much do that full throttle if you get the angle of approach right. That will then give you plenty of extra speed coming down this back sort of section. You can see him alongside him, but I know I've not got enough to get past him, so I ease off a little bit. There's a sharp right coming up which comes down to the start-finish. And if you get the angle on that right, you can get a lot of speed out of it. So I got a good one, but so did he. So coming around to the start-finish, now he pulls off into the pits. Not sure why, because unless he had damage to his steering or something, because his speed was okay. So another car off. I think I'm up to about P17 now. So now it's head down. I need to catch the white car in front, which is the one I said that we had a bit of a good race. A couple of laps we were together. I think I got past him once, then he got back. Then I can't remember exactly, but we'll find out now. Once again, I'm running the advanced setup, which is slightly stiffer suspension. On your tracks like this, where there's not too many elevation changes, I find that's a better setup to run. On other tracks where there's lots of elevation changes, it's probably better to run the baseline with a slightly softer suspension. If you haven't been watching, that's pretty much all you can change is... Well, it's quite a lot you can change with the suspension, toe, camber, all that sort of stuff. But the gears and all that sort of thing, none of that can be touched in this level. So we're on race 7, so week 7 out of 12 weeks, so we're over halfway. I looked at the league table the other day. The last time I looked, about 3 weeks ago, I was 13th. I'm now up to 9th. Whoop whoop. Although I did get my figures wrong last time. I said it was 13 from 4,000. It's actually about 1,500 per division. So I'm 9th from 1,500, which I'm pretty chuffed with, to tell the truth. So I'm right on the guy in the white with the black stripe. As I said, we had a good race. I knew I caught him quite quickly. The funny thing is, as you say, I can get past him here. I can't remember if this is where I overtook him. But once I was past him, he caught me quite quickly again, so he could have been going a lot faster than he was. No, he broke a bit later than me, so I let him go. There are some good bits coming up, so keep watching. It's not just going to be the two of us like this. I did make one serious fluff. It'll come in a moment. So again, coming around to the start finish, I have no idea what lap we're on. We're just over 10 minutes, so about a third of the way. I noticed I was getting a bit more speed out of that first corner. I was catching him coming down to this, what used to be the vein of my life. I spoke too soon. Right, I was just about to say, I've always had trouble with that corner. But today I wasn't having trouble until that lap. So as you see, I left the braking way too late, overcooked it, off the track on the grass. Of course, once you're on the grass, you lose all traction. Luckily, I only lost about 3 or 4 seconds on him, so yeah, it's just head down, off we go. The guy behind me, he's a blue flag, so I'm not going to stress about him too much. And the next guy behind me is about 15 seconds behind, so again, lucky there that it wasn't too much of a pack behind me, but yeah, stupid. So after all that hard work, I've now got to do it again, so yeah, head down, catch him back up. As I said, with that spin I had on the first lap, there's a little bit of dent and a little bit of scratch paint. But it'll polish out, don't worry. Main thing is, steering's fine, engine's fine, gearbox is fine. Oh, and talking to gearbox, I've actually now taught myself with this car to use the clutch when changing down. If you watched before, you know I've talked about this before. It's a mechanical sequential gearbox. So changing up, you just pop it into gear when your revs are nice and high, as you're hitting the limiter. Now, generally changing down, you can do the same. If your revs are high, you just pop down the gear. But if you watched last week's, I think it is, you'll see that it was problems changing down. Sometimes it wouldn't do it when I wanted it to sometimes. So what I've done this week, I have just learned to use the clutch. Changing down, use the clutch. Works every time. Keep it simple. But when I'm accelerating, I'm still just popping it. I'm not bothering the clutch. So coming out that corner, change gear. Third. Round this corner, just coming to the bottom of the hill and then changing into fourth. About there. And just over the brow of the hill, about now into fifth. Looking for the 100-meter marker. Dab of the brakes, change it down back into fourth. Flat on the throttle again before you've even come around that corner. So the white tail guy there with the red front, he's just made a mistake, giving me a chance to overtake him. Yeah, he's got air cooling as well. But there's my target, the white one up ahead, the one I was with earlier. Currently about 5 seconds, no, about 4.5 seconds behind him. So I've already knocked a second off him on this lap alone. But I'm also aware we're now 15 minutes into it, so 10 minutes left, which is about 6-7 laps. So I haven't got long to catch him up. Again, the guy behind me with the purple bonnet there, he's a blue flagger. So technically he could overtake me and get his position back, but usually most of them are well behaved, and unless I make a serious mistake, they'll just stay behind me. Which, if I remember rightly, this guy did. So coming down to the hairpin, first gear corner, into second there. Third. As I said, you come into the fourth end at the bottom of the hill. Yeah, you just did the gear change there. Into fifth about there. And then just as you hit the free air, the 100 marker, hard brakes, dab of the down a gear, spin it round to the right, straight on the accelerator. That won't spoil it, I'll let you watch. I'm always spoiling it. I'm now down to about 2.5-3 seconds behind him, so another second off him on that lap. Or this lap. I must assume he's got a split time up on his dash like I do, so he's probably noticing I'm catching him. If he's running crew chief will be telling him I'm catching him. Crew chief, for your information, is just like an add-on, a mod. You get a pit engineer, he tells you how far you are from the guy in front, how far the back, blah blah blah. Goes by the name of Jim, he's great. So round my nemesis corner, which was fine until one lap. Just as I was over... I told her I had a bad feeling about this race. Anyway, coming down to the hairpin, I'm now about 2 seconds behind him, so I've knocked another half a second off him.
Okay, Dean. 5 minutes to go. 5 minutes left.
Cheers, Jim. So 5 minutes left, that's about 4 laps, so I've got 4 laps to get this guy. Maybe 3, I think it's 4. Pretty sure it's 4. So I'm now in full charge mode. I think I'm P10. Pretty sure I am. So if I don't make it, I'm just in full charge mode now. He's made a big mistake. That's caught me. Give me a chance to. There you go. I've overtaken him. So now I need to increase my gap. I was doing a second a lap on him. If I can keep that up, I should keep the 9th position. Over the start finish, I'm pretty sure there's 3 laps left. So yeah, I need to make no more mistakes now, and I need to get all the corners as best as I can to the ability I currently have, which is not the best. But I got the apex there, so my nemesis corner is good. In fact, the blue flagger has now overtaken him, but he probably won't put up a fight if the guy does try to overtake us. I do seem to remember he does behave himself quite well, which is a blue flag should do. If you don't know, by the way, a blue flag just means they're at least 1 lap behind. Well, technically this actually means a slower car, or a faster car is behind you. But on the split time, you can see their name is in blue, which indicates they're a lap behind. So as I said, my head's down now. I'm charging. Trying to pull away from him. I know, like I say, I was catching him a second a lap. And you can see there I'm now about 2 seconds ahead of him. Oh, we've had a spin up ahead. So the guy behind me, the blue flag guy, he is actually catching me. Now, at this point, I'm thinking, I hope he's alright. See, I made a mistake there, went too far around there. So he does go for the overtake. You see, he is legally allowed to do that. What he can't do is interfere with our racing, though. He probably realised now that I am right on his arse. He is a blue flag. You'll be getting the blue flag warnings now, and if you disobey them, you will get disqualified. So he keeps to the outside, and he lets us go. I think, yeah, he's a good guy. That's one, mate. Respect to you. However, all of that now, the guy in the white has caught me back up. He's about a second, maybe less than a second behind me. About 2.5 laps to go. I'm getting a little sweaty palm now, thinking, oh, God, don't make any more mistakes. I've just made too many. So I'm trying to get my concentration back. Stop thinking about other things. Work, whatever. Just think about hitting the apexes, getting the throttles right coming out of the corners, getting the braking points right. But he is on the charge. He's actually probably now in my slipstream, so he's getting a bit of a toe off me. I'm very aware of that, so I'm just, yeah. Seeing him in my mirrors and just thinking, don't let the pressure get you. Just relax, just concentrate on getting the corners right. So as we cross the start finish, have a look for the white flag. I can't remember if it's this one or there's another one. So the last sort of, I don't know any of the name of the corners. There's a start finish. I didn't see a white flag, so it must be another 2 laps. Which has made my bum cheeks go a little, oh no. Oh, too wide on that corner. Think I actually got a warning there because I track limits. Down to my favourite corner. Get it all right. Good acceleration out of it. So I'm staying just over a second ahead of him. But he is right on the edge of my draft in there, so
B13.
he's probably getting a toe off me, but yeah, you can see I've pulled a little bit away. So out of the hairpin. Yeah, I'm about 1.5 seconds now, so I've pulled a little bit of a gap. Coming down the back straight, over the top into 5th. Looking for the 100-meter marker, which is your braking point. Dab of the brakes, down a gear, then hard to the right. He's staying about 1.5 seconds behind me, right on the edge of my toe. And that's toe as in T-O-W, not toe as in T-O-E. Just in case you're wondering. If he was on my toe... I'll shut up. So he went a little bit wide there. That gave me a bit of a... I would say gap, but not much. We're also approaching some slower cars. One of them was a blue flag, but one of them wasn't, so I was aware of that. Oh, I made a big mistake there, way too wide, but so did he. Probably because he's following me. I didn't check if we got the white flag there. I'm pretty sure it is the last lap. It's coming around to the fast left-hander. This is almost full throttle. Just need to just feather it a little bit as you go around. Down to the hairpin, brake 3rd, 2nd, 1st. Full throttle at the apex, 2nd gear. He's now staying about 1.5 seconds behind me, so It's a good battle, though. We're not losing each other. Down the back straight. As I said, I'm pretty sure this is the last lap. We've done 25 minutes, so it must be. There's still a couple of corners which I could fluff. This next double right, I have sort of been sussing this corner out. So normally I can get it quite well. Yeah, I got that one good. He's about 2 seconds behind me now. Coming down to the last slow right-hander before the start-finish. Oh no, there's the white flag, so we got one more lap to go, guys. And girls. So the last lap, he's about 2 seconds behind me. Generally, I'm quite quicker than him in the first corner. All I've got to do now is not mess any of these corners up, and I've got P9. So I get my Nemesis corner right. I've just noticed that orange car ahead has possibly made a mistake. Or he's a blue flag, one of the two. Coming down into the hairpin. Braking hard, down into first gear. Oh, I had a feeling he went for a lunge on me. Because he went into that corner very fast. As if he deliberately tried to take... I'm not gonna report him. Because he didn't actually hit me. But my gut feeling is that's what he tried to do. Which is very, very rare that happens in iRacing. So anyway, he's out of the picture. The guy behind me now has a blue flag. Pretty sure the guy in front of him is a blue flag. So there we go. I've actually started to ease off a little bit because I know the pressure's off. P9, start P8, finish P9. Which, yeah, could have been better, but still it was a good race. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Having to work my way from the back once again. There we go. There's the finish. P8 it is. So, there we go. Week 7, Oulton Park is now complete. I had quite a few incident points because I did get a few out of track warnings. And obviously the kerfuffle on the first lap. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed that. Please give us a subscribe and like if you did. Lets me know you're enjoying the videos. And until next week, see ya.